Hi guys, we've got Michał Panowicz, Managing Director of mBank, here with us. Michał was responsible for the project of new mBank and responsible for delivering the new experience that we have as customers of mBank. Michał, during your talk you mentioned that mBank is the most design-driven bank in the world. Really?
There are a couple of aspects of that. One is the scale in which design has changed what we do with banking in both our online service and mobility. We completely redesigned, revamped, and abandoned a typical metaphor for banking services, which is putting a table with links and numbers and nothing else. We caught up with what is a standard for users right now, so something which is interactive, graphical, animated, something that presents information and advice, not just pure data that only the user has to transform in their head to, get intelligence what happened with their money. And in terms of global, not only are we international, so we expanded our platform to Czech Republic and Slovakia, but also within a very short period of time, we won 6 global awards for technology-driven innovation in the industry. At one of these events, we even outcompeted 330 other banking projects submitted by the largest banks in the world.
Do you aim for Red Dot award?
We'll see about that.
Keeping my fingers crossed then. What was your role at this project? Because, being a project manager or being responsible for a project in such organizations as mBank usually means that you sit in your room in the office and you just take a look at some Excel files and maybe project management tools like MS Projects or something. But I heard from people engaged in the project that you were really engaged in the project and you were directly engaged in even operational stuff sometimes, which from their point of view sometimes it prolonged for weeks some phases of the project because you wanted everything to be done just 100% detailed and just like you imagined it and the way you all designed it. Is it true?
So I would have, agreed with most of what you say, except for the prolonging. I have an impression that actually I have facilitated, accelerated some of the design work. But yes, it's true. You cannot drive innovation. You cannot lead and be a humble servant for the team of 200 people. When the project is fast-paced, design-driven, innovation-driven, doing in most of the places something which is not a copy-paste of what is already a standard, but actually rethinking banking, because there is not too many examples that you can take from. So you cannot do that from your desk or your screen. You have to work with people. And actually those were some of the most enjoyable moments for me, where actually I would be sitting with the team responsible for a particular area of bank, like transfers, for instance, or personal finance management or video chat, actually discussing details like, what should be the background picture for video chat, actually what should be the color of the collar. Of the advisor that is doing video banking with our customers, and even whether the flower should be the background or not, because I believe that delight in design and seamlessness of the experience actually comes from pedantic care about tiny little detail, and whether this little icon is on the left or maybe a little bit more to the left, because that's how you optimize and strive for perfection.
So Michał, what in fact have you learned from the biggest UX project in Poland now? In terms of user experience and user research, for example.
So in terms of research, that in traditional industries, there needs to be a unlearning of the traditional thinking of what research is, because many people would assume, and this is pretty much true for optimization scenarios. So something exists, and you ask people, okay, how would you like, the button, red or green? And then you can test it, and they can tell you what their preference is. But consumers actually are inherently, and that's my point of view, are inherently unable to project into the future. People typically would optimize the current experience, and according to the old words of Henry Ford, if I ask people what I should build for them, they would tell me a faster horse.
Yeah.
That's of course is a famous, but this is very much true. And we even had this event where
So you didn't ask people?
where video banking people, they really want to do the research of what video banking should be. Completely unknown scenario. I said, don't waste money. No, we want to do that. Okay, I let them go. We wasted like, maybe 40, 50,000 zloty. Great research, 80 pages of materials, lots of charts. Quantitative, would you like to have a video bank? 80% say no. Then you go into an in-depth interview with a prototype, what for a scenario they don't know. And then 95% of people are asking, whoa, this is wonderful. I would have never thought that it can work that way. Can I have it by yesterday? So prototyping, and Steve Jobs said, you cannot design a product by focus group. It's pretty much true. You should, I think, have experts that solve for the problems of people rather than asking them for a solution or the technical detail. Ask them what their problem is, and then you should extrapolate it into the capabilities. And once you have the prototype, then of course you have to go to the, and then we invested thousands of user testing for each particular design to optimize it later. But that this design phase from white sheet of paper, actually not very much with consumers.
And when you go to meet your friends, it's Friday evening, maybe today, you open a bottle of some non-alcoholic drink, and you want to show the product you were working at for some long time later. Which would be the three functions that you are most proud of, that you would say, hey, look at that, Andrew, for example. Hey, look at that, what we have here. What would be the three things, three little sexy functions that you would show it to your friends?
The things that would change the perception of experiencing a banking product. So first of all, I actually would start with a video chat with a bank advisor and seeing them on the screen, and actually being able to do something in this B2C scenario, which is not only not done in banking, but not done at all. Just think about the telecom, utility, e-commerce. You cannot talk to them, directly. You can do that at mBank right now, and it's like, wow, are they real? And actually, the people ask, can you wave your hand? And then the advisor says, yeah, I'm waving my hand. Actually, this is real customer feedback. The second thing that I would show is a text message-based transfer. Actually, what we've done 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I got one Polish zloty from Michal's account now on my account.
It's a lot of money. He still owes me. This is taking banking out of banking.
Yeah, it took like 6 seconds without giving my account number. So I got money without giving my account number. Instead, I just gave my phone number.
And it works.
Yeah, it really works.
Because we did so much work on the back end to facilitate that. So we hid banking and exposed to people something that they do like sometimes dozens and teenagers hundreds of times a day, send a text message, and exactly the same UI metaphor.
That's really
The third one, just the overall impression of how the page, how the online banking interacts. Because this is like, whoa, is it a bank? I've never seen a banking service like that, because we got rid of those tables and we delivered something that is so unbank that people actually, their first impression is...
It's content, not a table.
Yeah,
right?
what should I do with that? That's the first impression, but once they start clicking, oh, this is really intuitive. Oh, now I actually cannot imagine going back. So these would be the three.
Good. Thank you very much for this interview. And at the end, I've got a small gift for you.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking about what could be good to show you the good way you should follow to continue your good work.
All right.
And not to lose the focus on what's really important. So I know that you are fond of Star Wars. I found it on your Facebook account.
Pretty much so.
Yeah.
Pretty much so.
So I've got a small Anakin Skywalker figure for you.
Okay.
And of course the sword as well.
That's great. My boys will absolutely love it.
This is something that you should just look at sometimes, just to remember that it's very easy to go off the right path. And I hope it will remind you this meeting and the conference, and we are really proud of what mBank is doing here.
I'm really super surprised. May the force be with you and with you guys as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.